My best man stole my wife, and I think he's back to take my girlfriend. Sounds like he is the worst man. This story first came October 22nd. Oh, it's fresh. Oh, it's real fresh. This was last week, October 22nd, 2025. Ooh! 6 years ago, I, 30 male, was getting married. My best friend, 31 male, Judas, fake names to protect identities, was my best man. I was getting married to Leah, 30 female. Our friend group was very, very close. There were 8 or 9 of us, and we always did everything together. Days out, games nights, holidays, etc. Anytime a friend would bring another female friend into the group, Judas would end up hooking up with them, as he was genuinely just naturally very funny and charismatic, which is a big part as to why he is everyone's best man. But he was never a threat to our relationships because we were all such good friends. Just over a year into our marriage, Leah and I start having issues. I'm in the army, so I'm at camp through the week, returning home Friday evenings and then leaving again early Monday mornings. This meant we only really got weekends together, and I'd always want to spend them with the group, and she would mostly want alone time, just the two of us, as she will... Is my brain on today? I think the lever is broken. Crank, pull the lever! That's what I'm yelling to my brain right now. As she will have seen the group through the week. This, amongst other things, caused a lot of arguments, and we ended up separating. While all of this was going on, 2 of our friends, Judas's cousin Andrew, 29 male, and his fiancée, Phoebe, 29 female, were 3 days away from their wedding day. Judas, of course, being the best man too. When Andrew confessed to Phoebe that he had been cheating on her with a coworker for 6 months, so could not go ahead with the wedding. Okay. On what would have been their wedding day, a couple of us went to Phoebe's for drinks to take her mind off everything, and she and Judas slept together. Worst best man ever. And cousin. Not just best man, cousin. Family. Those 2 had always been very close, to be fair, but we were all very surprised finding out. They apparently drunkenly did it a few more times over the next month before deciding to end all of that. While Leah and I were separated, I would still be trying my best to resolve things and work it all out, but she was slowly getting less and less interested in the idea of us. I later found out this was because she was spending all of her time with, who guessed it, Judas. They had gotten into a relationship, and he was basically living in the house that I was paying half the mortgage for. Worst best man ever. When I found this out, I angrily texted him, "You're dead to me," to which he replied solely with an image of the word goodbye highlighted on a Ouija board. So Judas just doesn't care. He doesn't even care. He is unfazed by who he is hurting in all of this. He's not your friend, and he never was. Naturally, Leah and I went through the whole divorce process, and her and Judas were happy in their relationship. Judas, Leah, and Andrew were all out of our little friend group. The rest of us went out to celebrate when the divorce was finalized, and Phoebe and I ended up hooking up. Y'all are cut it out. Cut it out. If you're friends, just be friends. This is gonna get so messy. Fast forward to now. Oh my God. Fast forward to now. Phoebe and I have been in a relationship for 3 years now. Leah and Judas have split. She's now with some other man, and Judas is single. Okay, so Phoebe was your friend and Andrew's friend, and then they split. Phoebe slept with Judas, and now you're with Phoebe. This is why we don't sleep with our friends, and maybe we shouldn't date them either. But also, it could be a beautiful love story. Okay, Andrew has gotten married, so he actually made it to the altar this time. And yes, Judas was his best man, so who knows what's going to happen down the line with the worst best man and Andrew's new wife. But also, Andrew just didn't care that his cousin slept with his ex-wife, Phoebe. This friend group is weird. Yesterday, I wanted to surprise Phoebe. I set off to camp early Monday morning like I always do, except I've booked this week off in secret. I waited for her to go to work, and then I came back to decorate the bedroom with flowers, her favorite chocolates, etc. I park my car a block away so she doesn't know I'm home. When she comes home, I surprise her, but I see that she's on FaceTime. I'm 90% sure the face I see is Judas's, but she very quickly ends the call. Early in our relationship, she drunkenly confessed to me that she thought her and Judas would have ended up together after what would have been her wedding night, and that she was sad when he ended up calling that off for Leah, his ex-wife. There's no way this ends well. There's no way this is a happy ending. So my heart sank. She told me it was just her brother on the phone, but I don't believe her. I'd also surprised her with a trip to Disneyland. She always wanted to go in the near future, where I had planned to propose. But now I'm unsure if I should go through with this. If Judas has managed to worm his way back into her life, I need help and I don't know what to do. I've been at my parents' awake all night and I'm dreading going back to home and having a conversation. Do I confront her on this or go ahead with the planned trip and proposal and feign ignorance for a happier life? There is no way this ends well. I'm calling it now. Let's see what the people of Reddit are saying. Let's check out the top comments. Someone commented, I would can the idea of a proposal for now. Personally, I think you need a fresh start away from all this drama and without a woman who is connected to the a-hole for ruining your first marriage. Yeah. OOP responded to that and said, I had fully thought we both blocked this guy out entirely. We've been doing so good for so long. This is the first time I have seen or heard from him popping back up, assuming I'm not just going completely insane and it wasn't, in fact, her brother. Next comment. Judas will always be the one that got away, and he knows it too. If they're not already hooking up, they will be soon, and if she leaves you for him, I guarantee he will drop her ASAP. He is that kind of guy. Yeah, he doesn't care about your feelings, clearly. He ruined your first marriage. So, next comment. I mean, you could always have asked her FaceTime call list to see who she was really on. To see who the call was really to. Yeah, you could have just... you could have asked or you could have snooped, because her call list will show who she was in fact FaceTiming. Then you know who it was, and that should help you know what to do a lot clearer for you. But this whole group seems like a toxic incest swingers group. Yeah. OOP said, this is a good point actually, because then even if she's deleted Judas from being there, the lack of her brother's name being there will be just as much proof. Yeah? Yeah, but make sure she hasn't changed Judas's phone number to say like brother. You gotta check the phone number too and make sure it's her brother's number. Next comment, friendship group hookups are always very messy. Why did you start a relationship with someone who nearly married your friend and then dated another one of your friends, only dumping her to go after your wife? Did you try dating outside this group? You're in the military. Don't you have friends there? I don't think you should propose and marry someone linked so closely to a traumatic period in your life. You really need and deserve a fresh start. OOP responded to that one saying, I did try dating outside of the group, but not properly. It was too soon after finding out about my then wife and Judas, and so it was more like spiraling down, if that makes sense, and then I ended up with Phoebe because she was there for me the most and going through something quite similar at the time. I have a couple of friends in the military, but we're not super close. A few were invited to my wedding, but they never showed. They're good if you want to go out, get drunk, and numb any feelings though. Not really the type to talk about feelings. We do have updates. I need a sip of water first because I have a feeling it's going to get even more cuckoo bonkers. So grab your beverage of choice, but drink some water today. Cheers. I haven't had any caffeine today. It's the morning, so I don't know if that says much, but I have been very much hydrate first because you might not even need caffeine. I love caffeine, but I'm trying to have less of it. I've been buying decaf coffee for the days that I'm like, ooh, I really want a coffee. I try to just make decaf and then like have my brain convince me that it's not decaf coffee, you know? The placebo effect. If you like scary movies, I just went to the movie theater on Tuesday to see Shelby Oaks. It was a really good movie. And I'm pretty critical with horror movies because I'm like, half of them aren't even scary or real. I don't know. I'm very picky with scary movies because I like them so much. This one, really good. Crazy plot twist that I was not expecting. It was spooky. It was spooky. Go see it or wait till it comes out, whatever you want to do. But I will always encourage the theater because, you know, yeah, just because. The next update came 5 days later. There seems to be a few things I need to clear up. We have a bulletproof list. You know, those are my favorite to read. I am from the UK, where I refer to camp. I am from the UK. When I refer to camp, I literally just mean base. I don't have to stay there for the whole week, but it is a 90-minute, 2-hour drive back home. I know that doesn't seem far to Americans, as you have to drive 2 hours to get off your streets, but it's long for me. Not me doing like a 3.5 to 4 hour drive to Windsor all the time. That literally feels like 2 hours to me now. Next, nobody remained friends with Judas. I did put that in the original post, but a lot of people skimmed over it. Him, Leah, and Andrew all left the group around the time that Judas and Leah's relationship was public knowledge. Next, when I wanted to spend time with the friend group, Leah would have been there too, so I wasn't completely neglecting her. For those asking, Judas kept his teeth because I literally have not seen him even once since I found out. Got it. Another point a few skipped over, Judas and Andrew are cousins, so they were always going to remain friendly and take each other's sides. But you literally slept with my ex-wife, wife soon to be, ex-fiancé. So what do you mean? I'm not going to remain friendly with a cousin if they sleep with my ex. No, blood, I don't care. A lot of things bleed, I don't care. I didn't immediately demand to see her phone to check FaceTime because I panicked. I went into fight or flight and I clearly chose flight. Not really what you want from a man supposed to defend your crunch. Not really what you want, this is funny. Not really what you want from a man supposed to defend your country, but hey. Fair point. Oh, that was funny, that was clever. After leaving and going to my mom's, Phoebe had been messaging and trying to call, basically just asking to explain herself. I'd say I'd be back later. After posting on here and reading and replying for a while, I managed to get some sleep. I had been up all night. The first thing I did when I woke up was call Phoebe's brother. Explain to him my plan to propose, purely so he could be the one to break that to her when I chose to leave her. I also asked if he had been in contact with her recently, and he said no. So the FaceTime can't have been him then. That's a great plan. So smart to talk about the proposal and get like, oh, have you guys like chatted recently? Genius. I get back home, ready with everything I need to say, ready to call Phoebe out on her BS. But before I can speak, she hands me her phone, tells me I can look through it and that she has deleted nothing and that she would like to talk and explain rather than shout and argue. There's nothing in the FaceTime call logs, but in her regular call logs, there's a Snapchat video call from Judas. I was kind of relieved that I wasn't just being a paranoid mess, but obviously my heart sank. She said that Snapchat was the only place she could find him because he was in her blocked list, so she had just unblocked him. Sounds to me like Phoebe was the one who had gone looking to contact Judas. I read through a bunch of saved messages on there. To be fair, it was mostly just boring chit-chat and talking about musicals. I stopped reading when I got a message from Phoebe to Judas saying, "I miss you." I clicked on his profile to delete and block him for her and saw at the bottom of that page when they became friends there, it was dated just a week before. So at least they haven't been talking again for a very long time, I guess. What also caught my eye was in the saved pictures, there was a picture of her feet. Phoebe claims that's from a long, long time ago. Apparently Snapchat still saves all the previously saved pictures when you unblock someone. Does anyone know if that's actually true? I am not too familiar with it. I think it does. I think everything saved in the chat still remains, even when you unblock them, because it's registered through the phone number if they have the same number. I could be wrong. Either way, I deleted and blocked him for her. She then explained that she only added Judas because she was always feeling lonely with me away 4 nights a week, and that she just needed a friend. I don't know why our current friends weren't good enough for that, but whatever. She was making all the same complaints my ex-wife was making before we separated. I've told her for this to work, she needs to keep Judas out of our lives. I've told her I'll look for work outside of the army and I will leave. I'm a mechanic there, so I assume I can find work in a garage or something easy enough. We spent the week together and it was fine. I'm now currently back at base and I'm deciding on if I follow through with that promise to leave and look for work elsewhere, or if I completely jump ship and literally just move somewhere else in the country, probably still look for work as a mechanic somewhere too, start brand new, and not have my career keep costing me relationships. I don't think it's your career, I think it's the people. There's a lot of people who are separated for their career and their job and their work, and they remain faithful to each other. Yeah, they do. Now, there are no other updates, but there was a lot of comments and OP was answering a lot of them. So let's get some more insight. Someone commented, she was actively trying to cheat. She wanted his attention. She claims to want friends, but he's not a friend. She does not respect you. Do not propose. OOP said, I forgot to mention in the post, but I've obviously put all plans to propose on hold. I'm not even sure I'll go back home yet. Next comment, dude, there is something seriously wrong with you. Honestly, you're still considering staying with her after all that? Think about it. Bullet point list coming in. She literally admitted she misses the guy who ruined your last marriage. She said she was lonely and her brilliant solution was to unblock and contact the one man she knew would be unforgivable to you. She lied, stalled, and only handed over her phone when she realized that you were already suspicious. And even then, she probably managed what you saw. Because you can delete messages. She could have deleted all the inappropriate ones. We were just talking about musicals. Yeah, right. Classic line to make it sound harmless. And that old foot pic excuse? Way too convenient. If Snapchat really kept all the saved, then there's probably a lot more there you didn't even see. Also true. And the I just needed a friend bit, give me a break. If she wanted a friend, why pick the exact guy who betrayed you and blew up your last relationship? That's not loneliness, that's provocation. Or worse, relapse. Provocation? You're seriously thinking of quitting your career and changing your whole life for someone who clearly does not respect you, your time, or what you've been through? That's not love. That is self-sabotage. Judas humiliated you once and now he's doing it again with her help. It is 2-0 for the guy and you're still thinking about making it work? Wake up. If you want to keep any shred of dignity, end this cycle now. Walk away clean before you become a joke again. She has already shown you who she is and you already know what happens when you ignore warnings like this. Starting over from scratch is 1,000 times better than being the guy who lets the same traitor win twice. I'm with them on that though. I'll give my feelings in a little after at the end. OOP responded to that and said, I definitely needed to hear a lot of this, I think. Thank you. I am also considering a new career, not just for her, but if I do decide to start a new one, I don't want my career to cost me another relationship with someone better in the future. Next comment. She definitely cheated and almost surely deleted the worst of the conversations with him. If you stay with her, she will likely continue to cheat on you. She has also lied to you. The trust in your relationship is broken. You would be a doormat if you stayed with her. OOP responded, I was thinking that as I was just reading their chats about musicals, but then why leave the I miss you message in? That's what made me think she was actually being honest and not deleting anything, if that makes sense. That's true. That's a fair point. Because she easily could have just deleted the I miss you and it really would have been innocent. But her way of that was just like, oh, I miss you as a friend. I just needed a friend. She's just kind of like wording it like that. They were hookup buddies, so like, no thanks. Next comment. Because she deleted the worst of it, but knew it would be suspicious if there wasn't something there. I miss you can be constructed as innocent, while worse or more raunchy texts will not. I just said that. It's a way of her keeping you from getting suspicious of her deleting evidence, but still finding a way to act remorseful towards you. OOP said, damn, you are right. I actually hadn't considered that at all. Yeah, because she's just like, oh, I'm being fully honest. I just meant I missed him as a friend. Anyways, my opinion is absolutely leave. The trust is broken. Over my dead body. That's the friend you need to reach out to. You're not my partner then. No, ma'am. I can like guarantee you would be cheated on if you stayed. That's how strongly I feel about this situation. But I would like to hear your thoughts and feelings. Let me know what you think, you know? We'll see you in the comment section. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy.